You alright? We're on, kiddo. G'day yoga lovers, it's Mike. And Nadi, who insisted on being in this video. I couldn't bribe him with a stick, so he's decided to hang with me. Mwah. Alright guys, we're going to do some yin yoga. On the floor, we're going to work our hips and our hamstrings, ITB, amongst a few things. We'll drop in some sutras today. This week we're doing the root chakra, the very base, the pelvic floor. These are the elemental sutras, and I'll explain them in a second. So as always in all our yoga classes, we lie on our back with our knees bent, soles of the feet on the mat. And if you want a pillow, you can do that. You can do it from this side. You can kiss me from this side. Alright guys, so closing your eyes, sliding the chin towards the chest, nice long neck, chin tucked, eyes soft. I like to lift my tailbone, come up off my heels, and then round my lower back and just imprint it into the mat. Some of you might like to take the feet off the mat and just pull the knees out towards the armpits. This re-imprints the spine on return. Then bring the heels super wide so the big toes face towards each other. Nice long neck, chin tucked, eyes soft. Well, that's quite nice. And we want the back of our hands on the mat so the palms face the ceiling. So this opens up the upper chest so we can breathe more into here. Hands down restricts it just a little. Very subtle, but they make a big difference. Oh, and Nodi just burped into my ear. That's quite lovely. If you've got a dog nearby, put some peanut butter on your ear. So we clear the throat through the nose and then breathe through that restriction, ujjayi, so breathing in the base of the throat so the breath becomes long and super fine. Nadi, you are hilarious. He's stalking me now. Excuse me. Just finding your pulse, guys. Just getting fascinated with your pulse and your breath. Every exhale, feeling the body fall into the mat. Because we know that every exhale the muscles release, every exhale the heart rate slows. Heart rate variability might be undetectable when you first get into it, but with practice it gets kind of cool. So when you think about it, every exhale in our life, whether in yoga or in daily life, is an invitation to let go, isn't it? So we become more responsive, less reactive in life. That'd be good. Good job, guys. We'll do a body scan, so bring your awareness to the big toes of both feet. Just with your mind's eye. And drawing a line through the arches to the heels, outer edges of the feet to little toes. Remain with the toes and then tops of the feet. Feeling the pulse in the veins, tops of the feet, and then ankles. And then shins and calves, starting to spiral up shins and calves. And then knees, and then spiraling down thighs and hamstrings. So as we scan the body, the muscles release. The body loves being observed. It likes being witnessed. It's like a little child. Kids just love being seen. They want to be seen. And then hips, lower back, buttocks. Their eyes soften, they relax when they're seen. So do our bodies. Lower back imprints belly, and the belly softens and sinks. And then middle back imprints, diaphragm lifts. And then upper back imprints. Upper back imprints, the shoulders are beautifully wide, the arms heavy. Palms facing up, the neck is long, the jaw is soft, the eyes soft. Everything's soft. Nice and easy. Good job, guys. And just bring your awareness to your pelvic floor, the very base of the torso. Just breathing into that area. This is our root chakra. This is where our earthing, grounding comes into play. I drop in the Sutras one-word intentions into that area. We drop them in like a pebble into a pond, and it's actually in our daily life where we seek to experience what these sutras suggest. These represent the elements of space, air, fire, water and earth, which are represented in every atom in our body, of which we are made up of trillions. Every inhale we take in trillions of atoms. Every exhale we release atoms that once served us out to serve someone else and the environment. So we'll drop in each sutra 4 times each, twice all together. So the first sutra is flexibility. 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 Second sutra is transformation. 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 Third sutra is coherence. 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 And the fourth sutra is stability. 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 Flexibility. Transformation, coherence, stability, flexibility, transformation, coherence, and stability. Nice, guys. So closing that chakra down. Now when we drop in flexibility, what we want is flexibility in our life, not just in our bodies, but in the way we respond to life. We want to be flexible in our thinking and our actions. And that's represented by space and air, the first 2 elements, the lightest and quickest. Transformation represents fire. We see how transformative fire can be to a solid, into ash. But we want to transform our life experiences into positive learning experiences, like what's happening right now. Coherence, if you think of cohesion, water is very cohesive. It binds, joins things together. And we want to feel unified and cohere with others and work together as one, which we are seeing a lot of. And stability is represented by earth, and that's having a centered awareness amongst all this uncertainty. So they're very appropriate sutras. Hopefully you'll feel more of those in your daily life. Stretch your arms overhead and just come to a kneeling position. So we're on our hands and knees. We're going to walk our knees away and then just come into a knee-raised plank. You'll see that my shoulders are behind my wrists. And then exhale, lengthen through the armpits. So the hands stay glued to the mat, so to the knees. Inhale, round back, plank. And then exhale. And just keep going, guys, around your back plank. I like to close my eyes. Exhale. And just keep going. So it becomes a really oily, circular movement. That's what we want. Good job, guys. So we're oxygenating the body, rinsing out the nervous system. We're sort of increasing our energy and oiling up the joints. Also pumping the lymphatics, which doesn't have its own pump. Cat-cow. Walk your knees towards your wrists, and what we'll do is we'll inhale and drop our belly. Exhale, hips tuck, chin tucked, round your back. Inhale, shoulder blades slide down the back, drop your belly. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good job, guys. And then I like to cross my ankles or feet and then circles with the hips. This is rotating the head and the femur inside the hip joint. And I'll show you what it looks like from the front. So it's wide knees, wide hands, nice big circles. Beautiful. And the other side, guys. Better do both directions. And then child's pose. Well done. And I've got into the habit of stroking my own hair. I think it's just living with Nadi. Every time I feel fur, I just got to cuddle it. Nice, guys. Coming all the way up. So we're going to do a hip stretch. There's a chair version of this. There's so many variations. So what I want you to do is lie on your back with knees bent. I'm going to get you to put one foot on top of the opposite knee. And you'll see that my toes are cantilevered well above the knee. So it's not here, it's actually here. So it's the small of the side of the foot there, okay? And then what I want you to do is thread your hand through the triangle and interlace the fingers tightly at the shin. Now, if that's not available, you can straighten the leg and grab underneath the hamstring. Okay, you get to choose. And guys, you might want a pillow under your head. I'm pretty cool without a pillow. And where we want to feel it is in the hip, on the top leg side. Okay, and some of you might feel it in the ITB. So this is the first of 3 variations. And depending on your flexibility in your lower back, you might have a rounded back at this point, but that'll start to soften, flatten, and you'll get a bit more stability there. When you're tight, a lot of people tend to be like this, but you'll get there. And the more pillows under the shoulders and head, the better if you're just new to this. So what we want to do now is bend the elbows and pull the foot towards the chest. So we're really trying to get it from here closer to the chest. And with time, you'll get it pretty close. Okay, but this is perfect. Now you may choose to stay here, or we can go to the second variation, which shifts it just a little from the hips and more into the ITB. So if I show you on the other side, your ITB runs right through the outside of the leg, through the knee capsule, or outside of the knee capsule and down the side. So you sort of feel it on the outer edge. So what I like to do is kick the heel up high, because the body's designed to cheat. So quite often people do this and they think, oh, I'm not feeling anything. There's a reason for it. You want to kick the foot so it's in line with your face. You can almost see my hamstring there. You're going to feel it there as well. And then slowly pull the foot towards the face. Okay? This is hard to maintain, but this really gets to ITB. The body's going to want to do this and draw the heel towards the groin, but we want to avoid that. We want to keep the foot in line or above the face. This is a precursor for the foot behind the head, which I got there once and then I couldn't walk for about 3 years. But not really, but you've got to take your time getting there. It's usually an ITB thing. So you really want to pull that foot towards the face as much as you can and keep it steady. I see people using their forearm and bringing it in line with the shin. I kind of like that. They can do that this way as well, so there's less strength required. Beautiful. Now, I suggest that most of you stay here. For you guys that come regularly or have practiced with this pose, the next variation is we hold the foot where it is, lift the head towards it, and then hook with the opposite elbow, okay? Now this free hand can go behind the head and you'll pistol grip that big toe, and this free hand can grab that ankle, okay? And then lie your shoulders back down towards the mat. They don't have to be on the mat. And if you want to go even deeper, you can extend that straight leg even more. So I'm feeling it, the hip, the ITB, my eyeballs, every muscle, and a bit groin there as well. It's kind of cool. Once you get the bind, it kind of gets easier because you don't have to hold onto anything so much. I could probably release that toe and just rest my hand on top of the foot. Nice, guys. Are we done? I think we might be done that side. So eventually we'll get that foot behind. Bloody hell, and straighten both legs. Now the leg we just stretched and yanked and pulled, that's going to feel like a meter longer than the other leg. Look at my feet, guys. It's actually going in the other direction, it's shortened. I think that might be the camera angle. Alright guys, and then we'll do the other side. Opposite foot. There it is there. And then thread your hand through. The trick is to get the head on the mat. A lot of people go into this pose and they're holding. A lot of strain on the neck. You don't need to do any of that. So just keep the head on the mat or just get some cushions underneath you guys. Every exhale, remember, the muscles release on every exhale. Bringing your awareness to where you're feeling it is certainly helpful. And we're going to go for a pull, pulling that foot. Sometimes it does slip off, so having a cloth underneath where the foot meets the thigh is helpful, especially if you're a sweaty person. And then change, release, give it a few pushes, and then we'll do our second variation, okay? So we're going to bring the foot in line with the face. We don't want it here because we lose the stretch in the hip and the ITB, so we want to feel it through here. And I use both hands. I'm a lot tighter on this side. That's very, very common. And this is the forearm I see a lot of people do, which is kind of cool. It's a nice massage in the kidneys as well. We had a full moon last night, but I had a really good sleep. It's kind of cool. Nadi sleeps face up, which according to YouTube is a really good sign he's comfortable. He's very comfortable on my side of the bed and on my pillows. He's ruined my life. Alright guys, in a good way. We can go for the bind. Grabbing the big toe. And if you want, you can straighten that leg. So I'm tight on this side, so what you can do is if you have a tight side that's persistently tight, that's pretty normal. What you can do is just go onto the tight side first, then on the softer side, and then go back to the tight side. And you'll notice I'm rocking side to side. I kind of like to do that just to massage my lower back and my kidneys. Good job, guys. And, oh, and that's naughty, and then release. Hopefully your legs will match. Wow. Nice, guys. Beautiful. I might actually do seal pose. This is kind of cool. We might finish with this. This is actually a back bend, and I think it's safe to do it because we've just opened it up. So what you want to do is, nope, crab crawl to the front of your mat. Zip up your legs so that your thighs touch. And I like to interlace my fingers loosely. You can release the little baby fingers. And you'll notice that my elbows are right underneath the shoulders. So what I want, if now or if not already, your butt would be engaged if it's doing its job. When we're prone, our butt engages to protect our lower back. But what I want you to do now, if you watch my heels and my butt, which I'm sure you are already, what you want to do is relax the butt so that the heels can roll out. Yeah? So we want to completely relax the butt. Nadi's coming to inspect my pose. Yeah. Now this is not as easy as you think. So we relax our butt. Liz, if you're watching, she'll tell you. And then we want the shoulders to slide down the back. So what we want to do from here is once the butt's relaxed, we want to relax the lower back and let the lower back sink into the belly. And what we get is this dull, stretchy feeling. And what we're doing is flaring open the anterior part of the lower back, the spine, so it sort of opens up as it would in a back bend, but this time without any engagement at all in the glutes. So this is a dull opening, a stretch where the lower back opens up into the belly. Okay? And you'll find that noticeable on every exhale as it sinks into the belly. He's saying something. I'm trying to film a class here, Nadi. This is a really nice feeling. Now, with time, eventually, what you'll be able to do is one hand at a time. Don't do this now because this is very, very advanced, is to lift. And you'll notice that my butt's engaged a little, so I'm going to let that go. And that's a real strong back bend. But you don't actually need to do that. This is more than enough for most people. This is the last stretch. It's good to get here. Now your fur is everywhere. Close your eyes. Make sure the shoulders are slightly active to keep them away from the ears. And the lower back is sinking. Nice, guys. Just a few more breaths. Now I want you to show you how to come out safely. Just watch me. You want to squeeze your glutes and bring your heels together and keep them engaged as you Superman one hand forward and then roll onto your side and then onto your back and then pull your thighs to belly or knees to armpits. Okay? This is opening up the lower back. And I like to do circles. Beautiful, guys. Oh, I so needed that stretch. Alright, guys, and then Savasana, how about it? Oh, it's my favourite. So guys, we only do it safe and comfortable in any yoga practice. We only do what we can. Okay? Discomfort is normal, it's slow to rise, slow to fade. Pain is very sharp and quick, we want to avoid that. And today, if you want to try something different, as a loose interlace of the hands, of the fingers, under the head, that's a nice thing to do, opening up the armpits. Palms face up, which is pretty natural. I wonder if you can do palms down, you can kind of, that's really horrible. But remember, palms to the sky is an easier breath. Close your eyes, draw the chin to your chest. If you want bent knees and the soles of the feet on the mat, you can do that. And this is just total surrender. This is Completely letting go. Nice and easy. Feeling that pulse radiate through the body. Gratitude for that pulse and that breath that is with us regardless. Feels nice. Maybe we'll have some tingling in our lower back. We've sort of tweaked around that area, giving it some of our attention. Nice guys, beautiful. Thank you everyone, stretch your arms overhead. Thank you Nadi for coming and going as he pleases. God, he's got the life, doesn't he? Alright guys. Come to seated for Namaste. So just look out for where you're feeling flexible in your thinking, where the transformation lies in your body. How you feel more unified through coherence and stability. How you feel grounded at earth. Thanks guys, I really enjoyed this. Namaste. You little cutie, Nadi.